What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How is everybody doing today?
Hi.
We are full tilt. We got presidential white boy back in the building with us. Um, as long as
Which
he's
means
not
no
Jewish.
Mikey Bones. Which means no Mikey Bones because you will never see us in the
Wait,
same place at the same damn time.
you're not Jewish, are you? So we can talk about you. You're not Jewish, right? Are you Jewish?
I am not.
All right. So
So
you're
let's
good to
lace into
go.
them.
You are good to go. I'm gonna steal it from Detroit. Fuck you, Nick. Anyway, hey, brother, our brother Nick, he is here with us. I know our brother has been missing from the show. He has been taking care of business. Got himself a job that our hours require him to take care of business during shooting, but it's okay. We love him. He's here, and man,
Speak for
good.
yourself, nigga.
Okay,
You scared the hell out of me, man. You are a
on,
Southern black gentleman saying the word shooting. You're making me look around like something about to go down.
on behalf of 1/3 of I.O.W. Good to see you again. The other third says "fuck you."
We've offended everybody in 2.5 minutes, so we're good. And the minute 45 of that was the intro video.
But no, always a pleasure to have full tilt everybody in here. Of course, the big homie, big Nick Shine is here. Detroit Mail, the man with the Grandmaster Plan, and I am Wildcard Moore. Welcome to another episode of I.O.W. Sports, episode 197. We are here. As always, please make sure, please show all the support that you can. You can catch us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at I.O.W. Sports Network. That is your address. And you can always catch us on Twitter at I.O.W. Sports 1. Cop the merch. You'll see it pinned up on the Facebook page at the top. You'll see this very handsome chocolate guy in some J.M. collection. And J.M. collection is, of course, the t-shirt company that is headed up by this guy, Detroit Mail. That is his t-shirt company, so it does provide all the merch for I.O.W. Sports 1. And of course, you see that nice fancy snapback that Detroit Mail has. In order to get that exclusive snapback, well, you got to hit the Cash App. $30 to the Cash App, $ I.O.W. Sports Network. Give us a physical address, and in return, you will get that very exclusive snapback. All right, so now that we're here, all right, Nick, take 5 minutes.
Thank you. I was going to request it. Thank you.
No. Fuck that. I'm giving it to you because you are not going to change the topic or anything in relation to your New York Jets. So for the first 5 minutes of the show, right now we are 4 minutes in, so about 9 minutes and 30 seconds, I will cut you off even if you're talking. Go ahead and tell the world how great your New York
Jets like
his
boyfriend do. Just stick your dick in his mouth.
I don't even want to do that, man. This was the worst victory Monday in the history of the world. We lose.
Ed coming in hot, bro. What's up?
Lose Vera Tucker, who was playing multiple positions at an all-pro level with a torn tricep for the year. And within the same hour, we find out that Breece Hall, the stud rookie that some people even had in their top 5 MVP, is out for the year with a torn ACL and meniscus. So it went from top of the world to here we go again. Why can't we have nice things like discussion in the Jet world? But, Joe Douglas, being the god that he is, went out and acquired James Robinson for basically nothing.
Man,
James Robinson isn't a game changer, but he can help change the game. You know what I mean? He's not going to break 80-yard runs. He's not going to run for 180.
So let me ask you this, big homie.
Said you weren't going to interrupt me.
No, hold on. It's related to your Jets. So with those huge losses, obviously Vera Tucker, I thought that was a good.
Two potential all-pro type of players gone same day.
Yes. I thought Vera Tucker losing him was a big loss because he's been playing baller. He's been baller. And Breece Hall he started off slow, but he's been he's been starting to churn it, and you can see it. That game against
5.8 yards a carry.
Yeah. He's been churning them legs. So, do you have enough in the building with the addition of James Robinson to at least stay at that same level that you guys were before the injuries on Monday?
It's going to be a work in progress. Obviously, everything that I said that this team is going to be is what.
And the Expos, they ain't been in the bro. In the Expos too. Damn.
Man, I'm covering everybody.
The Nationals are the Expos. Just so
I know. That's what I'm saying. Fuck them before they became the Nationals. Fuck the Bullets before they became the Wizards. Fuck the Capitals.
Fuck anything DMV.
I was just like, all right, you in America now, but fuck Africa where you came from. Fuck everything. Fuck your heritage. Fuck.
Hey,
you Italian American? Fuck Italy.
You forgot the Washington Generals out of all.
Oh yeah, I was
all
like, things. And the general when they play the Globetrotters.
Well, that's the most respectful team in that town. You got
They only want one from Michigan.
But going back to the question, it's going to be a work in progress. We've been doing exactly what I said we were going to do. We built it to be the 49ers, right? We were going to run the ball. We're going to play outstanding defense. That was going to be the blueprint for this team to win. You just lost your main guy. Now, we've watched the 49ers throughout the years lose Mitchell, lose Mostert, lose McKinnon, and the beat goes on, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to need a little more out of the passing game. Corey Davis has a little bit of the knee thing going on. It's nothing major. It's a strain on one of the ligaments. And but now we get Elijah Moore back after his 1 week tantrum. So there's talks about moving him into the slot more, where they think he could be more advantageous to the offense and expose a little bit more and have more field to work with instead of just being on the perimeter. So I will say it's going to come down coaching. You've acquired enough talent the last 2 years to withstand an injury or two. You know, there's depth on the O-line now, which we haven't had. You know, when you look at Vera Tucker was our fourth tackle to be injured. We lost Becton before the season started.
Yeah.
Fant's been down. Max Mitchell
Brown's been hurt.
Came in and played phenomenal. Went down. Now Tucker's down. So it's Dwayne Brown was injured for a while, and then he came back for the last 2 games, and he's playing with a torn rotator cuff. So it's nice to be a team that has depth and can still win, where it's not one guy goes down and oh shit, here we go again. But I think every Jet fan has in the back of their head, as much as we want to say the culture is changing and it's a new team and it's the young dumb Jets that we've been calling them that don't know the history of the Jets and don't give a shit about it. You still got to have that fuck in the back of your head. And now you got Belichick coming in.
But I think that's what's working for y'all, is that they don't give a fuck about the history and they're just playing ball.
Love
and
it.
So I think so. So let me ask you this last question, and we'll definitely move on from. It's actually a 2-part question. What are you looking for from Zach Wilson, his progression wise, and also got to ask the question. I mean, and I need a real sports analyst question from you. Take the jet half off. Are the Jets for real or not?
Yeah, because when you can play defense like they've been playing defense, you have a chance any week, right? When you're not turning the ball over and your quarterback, who's getting ripped by New York Jets fans, hasn't had a turnover in 3 games and he's 4-0 since coming back. I put a tweet out yesterday for Jets fans saying there's a portion of this fan base that would be disappointed if we won a Super Bowl and the score was 6-3 because we didn't score enough. That's the negativity that you're seeing with this fan base right now. It's toxic.
Yeah.
All you got to do, there's no blueprint that overhauls every team and covers the entire league. Each week takes on a different story. Each week takes on a different thing. Not many teams can do the same thing week in and week out and win. Some days you're going to have ball control. Sometimes you're going to have Zach throw like a maniac and bring 2 drives back in the 4th quarter against the Steelers. Sometimes you're going to get adversity. It's going to be 19-17. And then your defense gets a couple turnovers and you score 21 unanswered points and you win the game 40-17 like we did against the Dolphins.
Right.
Other games, your offense ain't going to be doing well because you're playing at Denver, who gives up 14 points at home, and you win 16-9.
Yeah, it happens.
The thing that I've been saying, and I remember saying it in the first week or 2 with you guys, when you're a young team, same with the Giants right now. When you're a young team and you can find ways to win, while you're learning how to win, you're way ahead of the curve.
Right.
Way ahead.
All right.
I'm petrified with Belichick coming in. I will admit this week, out of all of them, scares me.
It's your true test. It's your true test.
Is that our number?
I was thinking about that too when I was making my NFL pick'ems. Obviously, I'm down in the dirt, so I got to do some digging. I got to find some underdogs that you guys aren't looking at, and that was one of the games I was looking at because I'm looking at Zach Wilson versus Belichick in that defense, and I'm looking at that very non-explosive Patriots offense versus a very explosive Jets defense. So, in my opinion, this Jets Patriots game might be one of those real defensive tug of wars where the first team that makes a mistake, unless the other team score a touchdown, might be the winner of this game. Right. I'm over here looking at I don't know which way to really lean to. I'll come up with a final decision, of course, before that game gets started. But I'm definitely looking at the matchup wise of both defenses who are both. That Jets defense is playing with their hair on fire, man. I would hate to be an offense trying to go against that defense, and especially an offense that's not clicking. And this is what you got. Patriots offense is not clicking. Look, I know they got the
and they're turning the ball over.
Crazy. Yeah.
And we're in the top 5 in the league in takeaways.
Yeah.
Finally. Like, we've had more takeaways this year than I think we had in previous seasons.
And boy,
we're not even halfway through yet.
Boy, that man Sauce Gardner. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Glad you said man, because he ain't a kid. He's playing
he's playing like a man.
Like a guy. Jalen Ramsey wish he was playing as good as Sauce right now.
I mean, it's literally look, I love it when young cornerbacks come in with the moxie and the attitude and the swagger, and then they back it up. And we've seen young corners do it, but I haven't seen a corner like this guy do it consistently. We're in almost week 8, and I've yet to see him make any such a thing called a mistake. I haven't seen him make one blunder. I haven't seen him make one bad read. I haven't seen him make one bad judgment call. I haven't seen him done like the Trayvon Diggs, Jalen Ramsey try to boom or bust mistake. I haven't seen it. I have seen him play shut down cornerback defense, and he is literally shutting down one half of the damn field, and he's making an offense.
And his counterpart, DJ Reed, is
doing just as good. Yes,
just as good.
I'm glad you brought that up because DJ Reed, who I think they got him from Seattle.
We got a 25-year-old cornerback who is a grand slam in the locker room with his character, playing elite football, and we got him for $13 million a year because he's 5'9" and nobody thought he could play the outside.
Right.
Got him for a steal. Hey, bro, I don't know. I know you ooze over Joe Douglas. No, there's so many moves that Joe Douglas makes that I'm just literally mystified. Like, how the hell is he the only one? And it's literally, I swear, he's the only general manager making this move because my Chiefs made a move today, get Kadarius Toney, gave him a 3rd and a 6th. I'm over here looking like, I get it, but at the same time, I know we got other needs, other moves. I don't know. Brett Veach, I love you half the time, but majority of the times I love you. But I don't know about this.
Did you guys suffer? I wanted to ask you about that since we're on it. I think we covered the Jets more than either one of you would have liked, and I know the viewers would have liked. But let me ask you the Chiefs question now that we're on there. Did you guys suffer an injury this week, or is somebody like a major disappointment, or fought their girlfriend? Like, what happened that made you roll the dice on this? Because this seems
here's my thought process.
Very odd to me. And I don't get it.
It's odd as hell to me.
With Hardman, with Sky Moore, with Kelsey.
No. Go back to their name. Go back to their name.
Sky Moore.
I think, and this is my humble opinion,
Okay. But you got your ear to the ground with the team, so tell us.
This is my thing. I think Dave told Andy Reid are getting maybe a little bit perturbed. This is the 2nd or 3rd month punt that Sky Moore has had deep in our own territory and giving the opponent great field advantage in their possession. So this is I think the 2nd or 3rd fumble that he's done. That's another one he literally had the chance to field it and got scared because he already muffed one and literally got out the way and he got down at the 1. Okay. I think Kadarius Toney is more of a special teams move as a punt returner, kick returner, because I don't because you see McCole Hardman starting to heat up, so you don't want to take his offensive production away for special teams, punt return, and kick return. I think this is let's get a solid punt returner, kick returner, and if we still use him, of course, you're still going to use Kadarius Toney on offense because people got to realize Kadarius Toney doesn't have quite Tyreek Hill's speed, but he has something close to it. And
he's electric with the ball. He's longer, so he can't.
He's electric.
He's shifty, right?
As great as the offense has been looking, number one in NFL with scoring. Obviously, there's no issue with scoring since Tyreek Hill's been gone. But I just think that there's still some about Andy Reid that's like, man, if we just had the motherfucking Tyreek, the cheetah, man, boy, we be killing him right now. And I think, and he hasn't came out and confirmed it, but something in my gut tells me as much as they are okay with moving on from Tyreek, they missed the explosive play that comes with him. And I don't get it. I don't understand
more drives together, right? They're putting.
Well, you're putting 12,
they're
13
striking in 7 plays now instead of 4, right? Yeah, they're still striking quick.
You're putting double-digit drives together, and as much as people want to say, "Oh, it looks good," that's not Mahomes' DNA. Mahomes' DNA is to make you think he's doing the West Coast offense, but he's looking for the blitz play.
Oh, absolutely.
And to an extent, I think that's Andy Reid's MO too. I mean, you just got blessed for the last 6 years of having just the instant big playmaker at any point in time. And you also got to keep in mind this. You got Buffalo, who just came into your house and beat you a couple of weeks ago. There's possibly a good chance you're going to go to Buffalo for the AFC Championship game if all dominoes fall that way. You got to play weapons war. This is weapons war right now. This is damn a cold war, because no, we're not just gonna sit here and talk that we're gonna go to war. No, obviously Buffalo is already up on the war on the war because you got Von Miller, and you saw what the effect that he did in that matchup. So I was a little surprised by the move of getting Kadarius Toney, especially for a 3rd and 6th round, and that 6th round could potentially be a 5th. Kadarius Toney, obviously his circumstances being in New York just didn't favor him. I was expecting a more defensive move. I know Ndamukong Suh is still sitting out there on the free agency.
I wonder why nobody's picking him up.
I don't know. I don't get it. He has enough juice left in the tank that he can take a center and a guard and take a double team and let your other D tackle, hence Chris Jones, who's been having a good season, free him up. I thought that would have been a perfect move.
Use him as a disruptor. Someone's pushing the pocket.
He's always been a great run stopper.
You got to account for him no matter where.
Yes.
Right. The name recognition alone, you're IDing him when you're the lineman.
Oh yeah. Right. Always.
Even if he's not lined up on you, you're watching for the stunt. You got to be aware.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
You do not want to get hit by that man, not knowing it's coming. I believe I could fly.
Oh, now that you're flying, you might
especially come off a stunt, man, full speed.
Blindside you, man. I don't care how big and tough of a lineman you are in the NFL. You don't see that coming, you're gonna be on your ass.
I was expecting like a move to get Ndamukong Suh, kind of similar to the Melvin Ingram trade that we did last year that kind of sparked our defense. But
okay, can I ask one thing before we move on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you ever envision when the season started that the Chiefs and the Jets would have the same record 7 weeks in?
Oh, absolutely not.
No, right? No, I didn't either. And if we did, it'd be like, damn, Mahomes is out, Kelsey's out, Jones is out.
Absolutely not.
Team plane went down in week 1. That's the only reason we'd have the same record.
Well, here, I'm going to throw a question back to both of you fellas. Obviously, we already discussed the Jets, already discussed the Chiefs. We'll get to your Lions probably later in the show when we got like 2 minutes left.
Like no rush.
In the 8:30 hour.
Ain't no rush. Ain't nothing to say.
So let's talk about
pass, ain't no defense, ain't no rush. There, we covered them.
So are we in a some weird cyborgs or Cortex or something? You got the Giants team is looking 6-1. So I'm gonna throw the same question about the Jets. Are the Giants real? Do they have enough to be around in this late December, early January?
They're the first team in NFL history to have all 7 of their games decided by 1 score or less. So there's something to be said about teams that can win those gritty, tough, crunch time games, right? You're battle tested. You've been put through the grinder. All the cliches that you want to say. The Giants are answering the bell week after week. We got to be honest with it too. The whole division, we've said it before the season. We know how easy their schedule is going to be.
Yeah.
But you still have to beat the teams that are on your schedule. There's no style points in the NFL. There's no ranking system. It's
either wins or losses.
It's wins, losses. That's it in the NFL.
Yeah.
And they're lining up and they're beating the teams that they're playing against. Barkley, to compare with Hall, because that's been the big New York story all week. People are afraid that's going to take him 2 years to bounce back, because it took Barkley to bounce back 2 years, and Barkley's finally back to being what he was when he entered the league. And he's a guy who can do it all. He's a guy who can put the offense on your back and win a game. I love the Brian Daboll system. I love what he brings to the table. I love the play calling. I love the design. I love the fact that he knows we are outmatched and we don't have the best wide receiver core in the league. So I'm going to have to get fucking cute and fancy to get these guys open. Play action, bootlegs, waggles, getting guys out in the motion, having guys chip a block and then sprint out on a linebacker into the flat and beat him. It's very innovative what he's doing. And I've said it for the last 3-4 weeks. The day they had the London game against the Packers, my buddy Steve, who's a big Giant fan, he came over. And I said to him, we were watching the Jet-Dolphin game, I go, once the talent level on this Giants offense matches the coaching level, you are going to be one of the top teams in the league, because you are not letting this guy go. You are not letting Daboll go. I like the fact that they cut Tony. Tony's played in a year and a half 4 more games than the 3 of us combined. So effective. He's been a little bit of a mental case, right? Going back to last year. And I love that the regime, it was just like, all right, bro, peace, you're out. That's good.
Hey, Anthony, you're right on some parts. Now, the offense went to go get milk. They came back. It was the defense after week 1.
Go get cigarettes.
After week 1, went to go get the cigarettes and never came back. They ain't been here not a minute in a whole season. And so you were halfway right about that, Anthony. But no.
You look at the Giants; they're gritty. They play hard. They love their coaches, and they're winning games that some could say they shouldn't win. But you know what? NFL, more than anything, coaching matters. You look at the Patriots. Plenty of years they lined up and they were not the most talented team, but they hoisted the trophy at the end, right?
Coaching matters,
it wasn't
man.
Just the head coach, it was the coordinators, it was everybody.
Coaching matters. Coaching matters.
And it looks like the Giants hit a grand slam with their coach.
Detroit Mail, how you feeling about the New York Giants, big homie?
Fuck the Giants. Sorry.
The Giants play half hour from this.
They're too close to Nick. Fuck them.
Right. I kind of concur with some things Nick was saying. I think that Daboll's made a difference. I mean, he even made Daniel Jones look better. He put him in situations where he's going to succeed.
Yeah.
Allow him to use his legs, because he is a pretty decent runner.
Yeah.
So allow him to use his legs. Get Saquon Barkley a little more involved into the offense, which helps create the play action and things of that nature. Got a defense playing pretty good. And that's a good formula for winning. Only caveat I'll say, or addendum I add to what Nick said, is that I need to see when they go up against a tougher opponent how they play. Yeah. And it's not about winning or losing even that. I just want to see how they play and stack up against. See how they stack up against that. Then I can kind of say, okay, they for real. Because they play a good team and play them tough, I think they're good. I can say, okay, they for real. But they get blown out.
Tell us a lot, right?
Yeah.
Those Philly games are going to be the measuring stick. They were evenly matched with Dallas. Both are playing great defense. Dallas just made the right play at the right time, and I think that was a field goal game itself.
Yeah, that was a close game.
Less than one score, obviously, because all the games are less than one score. But, that game could have gone either way. So they're even with Dallas.
Right.
I think the real measuring stick for them is going to be Philly, because I'm going to pull up their schedule now, and I don't think they have.
And Philly just got who they just get? They just got
Oh no, Philly just got even scarier.
They got
Robert Quinn from Chicago.
Yeah, Robert
another
Quinn,
pass rusher to add to that immaculate defense that they got.
I'm like, what's going on with Chicago, man?
Well, I mean, Chicago.
They wanted to get rid of
Roquan Swift wanted to trade. He wanted to trade from him, and they didn't.
He broke down. He was on the microphone. He was in the press conference when they told him about Robert Quinn. He had to pull his shirt up over his face.
Yeah, because Robert Quinn is especially on that defensive side of the ball. He's a lot of friends to a lot of those guys over there. I was actually shocked that Chicago moved on from him because
here's 14 and 18 with Philly. 14 at home, 18 away.
Okay.
But you look at the Giants now. They go to Seattle this week. Who would have thought that would have been a test before the season started, right? Like everyone, myself included, was writing them off for 2-3 wins, and Gino showing that Russell Wilson may have been the problem out there.
Right.
So that's a tough game for the Giants. That trip is not easy.
No, going up to Seattle. No,
that trip
from one side of the country to the other.
Playing in Seattle is never fun. But what can shut that crowd up?
Oh, win.
Good, effective scheme that keeps the ball control, run the ball, shut them up with their stupid 12s. You take 12 in your ass for all I care. And, that's a big test. And then they got their bye. And then after they come out of their bye, it's Texans and Lions at home back-to-back.
Right.
And
favorable.
Then they go to Dallas for the Thanksgiving game.
Which is winnable.
A fun game, man. That's going to be. We don't get good games on Thanksgiving on the norm. We get the Packers crushing the Lions, right?
Right.
The Cowboys wiping somebody else off the floor. We don't usually get good matchups on Thanksgiving, and to get the Giants and the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, that's going to be a fun football game, man. That's going to either open up the Giants' lead, or the Giants and the Cowboys are going to be dead even going down the stretch.
Yeah.
Matt says Giants can win 11-12 games.
But before the season, I thought if you would have said that, Matt, I'd have called you a homer and you're full of shit. But now I really can't. I mean, you're already at 6 wins. We're only about a little under halfway through the season. So I'm not saying it's not possible. Obviously, I think there's some games that they should win and that you need to win against lower quality opponents.
I agree with that.
Like the Texans and the Lions, you got to beat them. But I think that the Giants situation is you got to find a way to close that gap between you and Philly. I know it's only one game and it's really not that much, but just based off of how the season is going, Philly's so hot right now. You got to find a way to close that gap, because obviously I think they're the clear-cut leader of that division. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if we send 3 NFC East teams to the playoffs. I would not be surprised.
No, you can't.
Just the way they do. What are you talking about?
Giants, Eagles, and Cowboys.
Yeah. We ain't. No,
I just want to hear you say it. I know. I just want to hear you say it.
Oh, you want to get that in? Got you. Heard. My bad. I'm gonna take your joy away and getting that in. Go ahead.
He came in. He came on the show.
Came in hot.
That's only 5 teams in the NFC over 500. The Seahawks, the Rams are at 500. 49ers are below. We both know both of those teams are capable of going on some decent runs. They did it last year. 49ers won 6 in a row.
But I feel more confident about San Francisco, not so much this year about LA. I don't feel so confident about them right now.
Dysfunctional.
Yeah, but when they overpay to get Beckham back, that'll bring a new dynamic to that also.
And they'll be stupid to overpay for him too.
Yeah, but he wants to be there. If they're interested, he'll go there.
Oh yeah, he wants to get there. But so let me.
Breaking news. Jamar Chase isn't expected to play this week, and it's possible he can land on injury reserve in the coming days.
I gotta change my pick.
rest in rehab for. I'm trying to find out the injury.
Yeah, if it's like a quad, hamstring, or ankle, I'm kind of down on the Bengals because those things linger, man.
Yeah, it doesn't say what the injury is. I mean, Rappaport just tweets that rest and rehab for now.
All right. We'll keep eye on that, Nick, and then if need be, we'll discuss that injury.
Right, man.
I think that changes the dynamic of that Cincinnati offense big time if Jamar Chase didn't play.
I might change my pick too.
Yeah, I might have to change my pick now. I was like,
because Burrow relies heavily on him.
Well, it's almost. I'll say this: Joe Burrow relies on Jamar Chase the way that Mahomes did with Tyreek Hill. He's like, hey, I need somebody to get me out this jam. I need a big play. Where's number one at? All right, got him. And it's almost, but to the credit, they had that same chemistry down at LSU, and it's translating up here in the NFL. But there's a couple of older quarterbacks that are quite struggling right now. Not only them, but their teams. And so you see this guy a lot, twice a year, Detroit, man. What the hell is up with AR-12 and these Green Bay Packers? What is this? You're losing, I think it was 3 in a row now?
Yeah, man. Some of that's not him, though, man. Some of that's the receivers dropping the ball, not doing what they're supposed to do. But I still blame him for the fact that you should try to keep Adams there. Do what you got to do to keep him there. You know that's your go-to receiver.
You remember what he said? You remember what he said? Oh, why should I call him? Why should I have to reach out? Yeah, you remember that what he said?
And they're coming back. It's coming back to bite him in the behind.
He felt like it wasn't his responsibility to recruit, to retain Devontae Adams.
That's crazy though, man. You are the leader of that team.
Supposed to be.
Yeah, supposed to be.
Let's make sure we say supposed to be.
You're supposed to be the leader of that team, so you do whatever you kind of do to lead and keep this team winning. And if you know that's your bailout receiver, you do what you can to keep him here.
4 to 6 weeks on Chase.
Oh wow,
hip injury.
Oh, hip. Shoot. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go change my.
I believe your season's done. You ain't gonna be able to. Burrow ain't gonna have much fun. Mark, go ahead. I see you trying to end my.
No. Let's switch gears. Let's switch gears. We'll come back to this Aaron Rodgers because obviously this is something that we need to discuss right here because I think it's very impactful. Detroit Mail, the 46 weeks without Jamar Chase. Give us your opinion on how that changes not only the offense of Cincinnati but the team in general.
I mean, it changed a lot because you look at the way Cincinnati is built and the way Burrow plays. He does spread the ball around, but when he gets into a jam, he looks for number one. That's what he looks for.
Oh, jam.
Jam. So I think now here's the thing. Here's a caveat to that too. I think that this is gonna show what kind of quarterback Burrow really is. Can he elevate this team without his number one receiver, without his his bailout guy? Can he use what he got to make this team continue to win and keep going forward? So that's what I'll be looking for. As a fan on the outside looking in of Cincinnati, can Burrow move this team forward without having Chase there? Because you look at the way they play, they rely heavy on the run, Mixon coming out the backfield on swing passes and stuff like that. But when he needs like a big play, he looks for Jamar. So now he has to rely on the rest of those receivers to make big plays. They're gonna have to step up. So that's what I'm looking for to see if Higgins and all the rest of them gonna step up. I don't see it, but I could be wrong.
Big homie Nick, how you feel? Same question.
Right, that's right, Matt.
I mean, he's been connecting with Higgins a lot lately, early. And they got a guy who's been there for a while, and Tyler Boyd. So they got a guy who's capable of stepping up. He's got that big physical frame and can play the outside. You'll use Mixon more. You'll flex him out a little more. And you can rely on the run game. The screening game has always been good there with Cincinnati since Mixon's gotten there. So you just got to get a little more creative because your bread and butter's gone, right? Now you got to rely more on the meat and veggie or the potatoes and the veggies than you do, the bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
So they're a deep, talented team.
Just throwing this caveat: Boyd, Higgins, and Chase combined have the most receiving yardage as a trio of wide receivers. So you do see Burrow divvying the ball up amongst the three of them. Of course, losing one part of that, 1/3 of that, it makes a difference. But here's one thing I'm gonna say, and it piqued my interest when you said it, Mel. You said now is what do we know of Joe Burrow without Jamar Chase? And I actually like that question, but I actually want to see what does Zach Taylor's play calling look like without Jamar Chase?
Right.
Because I think both of you guys brought up some great points, but I think this is more of a coaching situation where, all right, let's adjust. Let's put certain players that have already been producing. Let's put them in the same position that they've done to succeed. But of course, we're going to need some other guys to step up, of course. But we can't rely on the same play calling that got us here.
Right.
That got us here with Jamar Chase. Now you gotta adapt some. You just have to. And there's no brainer. There's a no brainer about that because I mean, when you lose a dynamic player like that, you can't run the same offense as if he's still there.
You gotta look at it too. Like with a player like that, he'll take the top off the defense. That opens up all the underneath passes and stuff. And so now you have to get either Higgins to do that, so that the boy and the rest of them get all that underneath and quick slants and stuff like that. And it's interesting to see if he can do it.
I'm looking more at I'm more looking at Joe Mixon. He's been kind of quiet lately this season. I'm looking for Joe Mixon, who had a great stretch down the season last year and kind of helped that offense get into another gear. And establish that very tough, hard running offense for the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm actually more looking at Zach Taylor and Joe Mixon right now.
Right.
I think those are the two people that they have to. I'm seriously have to keep that offense in the same motion as it was before Jamar went down.
Right.
If you kind of look at last week, though, I say this kind of tongue in cheek, but Burrow threw for almost 500 yards. We threw for 481. Boyd had 8 for 155. Yeah, Chase had 8 for 130 and 2 touchdowns. Higgins had 5 for 93. Hurst had 6 for 48. Mixon had 3 for 33. I mean, you take out Chase's 130 and Burrow still threw for 350 with the rest of the team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So why is this hat all freaking retarded? This is a jet hat. I know about fuck Nick and this hat.
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but since you brought it up, fuck Nick and this hat. Go ahead.
I don't disagree with it. So, I mean, you look at it. Yeah, you throw for almost 500 yards. Everyone's gonna eat. But what you see there, you got a team that everybody can get the ball. Everybody can contribute. The game plan changes. The play calling changes. You don't fall back on Chase as much as you normally do. Obviously, now you can't fall back on it at all, so everyone else has got to step up. But I think they got enough depth, enough talent, enough size to exploit some shit. And you might see that every week is somebody else's week to feast.
I'm actually looking for Hayden Hurst to get a little bit more involved, too. I think he's a solid tight end, and he's had a couple of good plays.
And this is perfect time, right?
Yes, perfect time for him to
you got to give up 10, 100 yards a game. Other people got to get that if you're going to keep winning.
Yeah.
You're 100% right. Everyone's going to have to step up. You could flex Mixon out more as a wide receiver in certain packages to cover it, right?
All right, so back to our Green Bay Packers before we had to talk about that very important topic with Jamar Chase. Detroit Mail. Obviously, you've seen a lot of Aaron Rodgers. You kind of alluded to a couple of drop footballs from his receivers and whatnot. But no, go ahead and continue on your take on the struggling Packers and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I just think that Green Bay is is a very dysfunctional organizational wise. I think, and part of that comes from Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the disease that is eating away at the team. You know, his ego is getting bigger than the team. Yeah, I think so, man. I think it's like, it's one of those things like, you can't take away his talent. He's a talented quarterback. You can't take that away from him. But sometimes when you become bigger than team, so to speak, a lot of people don't want to play for you. You know, some people can handle it one way, and some people handle it other ways, and you got a lot of young receivers on your team. They may not be able to handle the way he talks to them, and that can be part of it. And I don't think he has a strong enough coach there. I don't think
LaFleur.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't think his name for that. I don't think he's a bad coach, but he may not have a strong enough personality to juggle all the different pieces that's going around there. And I think with that, you know, that might be part of this function that's going around that's causing this team to lose. I don't think it's talent. I like Romeo does. I think I got good defense. I think I got good, good running game. So I don't think it's talent. So if it's not talent, then what is it? Now you gotta look for other things outside of the talent. Either coaching, chemistry, all those type of things.
I think a lot of it falls on not having a real owner to try to drop the hammer when the waves get rocky, right? When you got an owner who can step in and alleviate situations, rule on situations, make the final call. When you're this bullshit setup of the fans can buy a $300 ticket, it's like buying a fucking timeshare you never get to go to. It doesn't mean a fucking thing. Contributing to the organization, and you get a piece of paper with nothing in return.
I hate the NFL.
There's no owner. There's no Jerry Jones, Woody Johnson. There's nobody that can go and resolve a situation. So the tensions remain.
Right.
No one high enough can go to Rodgers and try to soothe everything out. And it's.
I agree with you to a degree, but I think even under that,
it all on that. But it's hard.
Wait a minute. Let me finish. Here's what I say though. Even under that structure they have, if they have a some kind of structure where it can, where people can come. If there's a board, the whole board comes down and do it. I still think it can work, but it just seems like they don't have nothing. It's just like, hey, whatever you want to do, we're good with it. That type of thing.
Well, here's where I think Nick is getting somewhere, because when you don't have a true owner,
we are a fuck Nick show, okay?
No, but I'm saying because here's the deal: when you don't have a true owner that says, "Hey, bro, I'm not putting up with your shit," or
it can spiral, right?
Hey, bro, you get in line. Hey, man, you doing too much. When you don't have that, here's the deal. Now you get a situation where why Nick head shaped like a pea.
Pedophile got freaking blocked it. You gotta spell my name backwards.
It's not a green lifestyle. Oh my god.
But I heard you saying, but there's a lot of organizations that are ran by boards. Period. And they run smooth.
And that's fine. But what I'm saying is when it's dealing with $50 million a year divas and quarterbacks that has an attitude that's always been about me, and you know what? You were right about one thing, man. That team is ran disorganized is because you don't have that solid owner and a trusted GM to say, bro, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, nobody drops the gavel, right?
Bro,
because I'm not saying that's the only reason, Mel, but
no. I'm not saying that's the only reason.
Right.
It's part of it, right? It's part of the perfect storm of negativity.
Yeah,
it's Rodgers' salary. It's having to get rid of Devontae. It's other receivers going throughout the years. It's not drafting the guys who come in and make immediate impacts like Jordy Nelson or Devontae have, right?
Right.
Cobb did earlier on.
Yeah,
you're looking at several things swirling around Lambeau that are now all of a sudden resulting in L's, where throughout the years, Rodgers would make it right on a Sunday, win 38.
Thank you. Right. And that was my main point, because for year in and year out, ever since they won that Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers has been the bandage to cover any wound on that Packers organization. And now that he can't do it because he's not having the right formula around him to help make the plays, and now you see the dysfunctionality. Now that when there's nobody to say, Aaron Rodgers, shut the fuck up. This is what you get. You get a spoiled brat. All right. And this is why he needs to shoulder his blame, because he knew what type of situation he was coming into. Yeah. He knew Devontae Adams was gone. He knew he was going to deal with Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs, who played in small schools. You're talking about when North Dakota State wanted the same school Carson went to, and Romeo Doubs went to Nevada or something like that.
Yeah, he went to Nevada.
So you're talking about small college schools. They're not even on Aaron Rodgers' Cal level. He went to Cal. So he at least got, I know it wasn't big like Alabama, but he got a taste of what it was to be, with
Oh, Anthony, we're gonna get into that. Don't worry, bro. I'm gonna try. We're gonna get into that. Don't worry.
I'm working out in the plane. Yeah, but no.
I need one of you guys to read that. But you know what? The only use for Mikey Bones would be when I need to read that word. I need to glitch into him. He reads it, and we get rid of him, and I come right back here.
What we're gonna do? We're gonna have Bones do the sound bite, and Mel's he's gonna put it on the playboard, and like when he feels like it's necessary for you to even feel that, Bones gonna be like, nigga, so it'll come. It'll work out. So no. But no.
The last thing that this show needs is a Mikey Bones soundboard. So let's focus.
Well, we can't pop up pictures right now on the live stream. So if we could do that, we do that. But no.
His ego, his head is big enough. We give him a soundboard, and the roof of his house is going to fall off.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. So you also dealing with the ego that comes from Aaron Rodgers. He knew the situation he was coming into this football season in.
You try ruffling the waters early because he knew. He's a smart enough guy to know.
Right. You should have been with your new wide receiver core, trying to get your timing down, trying to get your chemistry together.
But to be fair, Watson's missed some time, and they did have big expectations.
I get that. But every quarter, even Deshaun Watson, who knew he was possibly facing some type of suspension, brings his receivers out to the Bahamas. Like you got to get that chemistry. I know there was just
right.
They don't frown upon happy endings down in Bahamas.
Massages by the
beach, they don't frown on.
You throw them a $20 tip, they will.
I was in Bahamas
back and not even complain.
Bro, I was in Bahamas one year, and then the girl tried to give me about a timeshare. She say, "You like cigars? We get you cigars. You like big booty bitches? We get those too." I'm like, I just want a timeshare. What's going on?
But you said what?
You let me finish. But we can bring up pizza too.
Did she let you finish? What we got over here? Couple massages,
couple massages.
Little Enzo Amore. What we got over here? Couple happy endings.
Couple happy endings. But I mean, look, Aaron Rodgers. This is where he needs.
Jamel is the most misogynist guy in the room. Bada boom.
This is where Aaron Rodgers needs to take ownership for not getting that chemistry down with his boys. So look, you get every. I'm just saying, even your quarterback. I know he spent extra time with your receivers. It's like every quarterback knows for a fact. Hey, even with guys that I played with. There's still new guys in the wide receiver room that we got.
What did you say? Guys that you played with?
Football, fool.
Football, sir. Football. Gosh. Yeah, man, but Sammy Watkins is not a replacement for Devontae Adams.
Sammy Watkins wasn't a replacement for nothing.
I mean, he's always injured.
Hammy. And it's always the
hamstring. I call him. Yeah, it's always the hamstring.
That's why we call him Hammy Watkins. I'm telling you. I've seen it a million times in Chiefs uniform. That hamstring is gone in a second. But when he's healthy,
he's a threat.
He's nice. He's a nice piece. He's him and Julio Jones in that same boat. When they are healthy, boy, that's a nice little piece.
Right.
When they're not, get used to not seeing them. All right.
For real.
That's just what it is. So, Green Bay, come on, you bring in Sammy Watkins, you bring back Randall Cobb. I get the connection with Randall Cobb, but he's old. He is older.
Right.
Now he's dealing with injuries. He can't stay on the field 24/7 to be with Aaron Rodgers. Alan Lazard has been in and out. You haven't even tried to get Robert Tonyan, who's your tight end, really much involved. How about do that? Or hey, maybe go get a tight end. Or maybe, you knew you were going to deal with some injuries on your offensive line. Bakhtiari he came in on the IR. Maybe get some offensive line help. It's one of those things, man. To me, it's so the function of that team. They need a sole owner. They need a sole owner.
Well, they need to put together in that organization a way that there's a hierarchy that works. You know what I'm saying? I think that's more important than having a sole owner. Because if you have a hierarchy that works, it's just like having a sole owner.
I hear you. It works.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but it seems to me they don't have that.
Yeah.
They don't have a man or a person that you can go to that handles these things or comes down and say, "Hey, look, we need to just get this." No.
As far as my recollection is correct, there is a board that kind of does the hiring and firing of like general manager, coaches, and positions.
Yeah, but what about discipline and what about things like that? You know what I'm saying? You'll never really hear. I mean, like, we're not in the organization, so we don't know for sure, but you'll never really hear about, hey, the board came down and said this needs to be done. Only time you really hear about the board is when they hiring and firing. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they may just leave it all to the coaches, but sometimes you need to have someone over that to come down and say, hey, we need to get this together. And the thing with Aaron Rodgers, man, it's like Aaron Rodgers is Green Bay, and it shouldn't be that way. Green Bay should be the team that Aaron Rodgers played for, not Aaron Rodgers being Green Bay.
Mm.
I hear you. Especially in what's going on now.
Yeah. But he did. I just think he needs to take some accountability, though.
Well, what'd you say, Nick? I didn't hear you.
As much as I hate your guts, that's a good point.
Oh.
Well, he's not the only.
You're dead on with that. Yeah.
He's not the only veteran quarterback that is struggling, like I had mentioned before. Down in Florida, in the city of Tampa Bay, and I'm pretty sure that you are
your favorite tonight.
I'm pretty sure
I don't know.
You are
favored.
You are tickling and giggling inside about this situation that Tom Brady is struggling. Big homie Nick, what the hell is going down in Tampa Bay?
I'll tell you what's going on. Their defense was overrated. Their offensive line went through massive injuries, and they got exposed. When you can't dominate the trenches, you're going to get exploited in this league. That's why teams like the Giants and the Jets are coming up, and the teams like the Bucs are going down because they can't win in the trenches.
Mm.
And you're paying all your receivers so much money. Your center retired. Your other guy got injured. Your guard. You brought back the center, Jensen. Didn't Jensen get injured, right?
Yeah, Jensen got hurt, and then Capel went to Cincinnati.
And then the guard got injured. I said it, Brady picked the perfect team to go to because they had a good offensive line. They had a good D line. And you're just seeing them get exposed now for what they are. They were a run-of-the-mill team that the perfect storm came together. You know, and fuck it. I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Patriots are in last place. The Steelers are in last place. Tom Brady's under 500. Jets are 5-2. It's the greatest fucking football season I've ever seen in my life.
I'd be glad when I wake up.
I don't care if we end up 5-12 and lose the last 10. I will always have these first 7 weeks. My son had a great joke. I'll tell you Nikki's joke. He was with me. We won the game last week, and we were lapping it up. I'm like, bro, we're 4-2. We're like, this is the best season we had it forever. And then he like kind of pauses for a second. He goes, we could still end up 4-13. I'm like, but we're not right now, motherfucker.
Junior always got to be.
Junior knows, man. He knows how to. He knows how to hit that dagger right in his daddy's gut. That's he gets this from his mama's side. But whenever we see him happy, we gotta tear that motherfucker down. Kind of like what Mel does.
Oh wow!
A party pooper. Oh yeah. Oh, gotcha.
Well, you know what? I'll say this.
Mel got that white woman in him. As soon as I see this motherfucker happy, I got to tear him down.
Party pooping with sprinkled with some asshole. Yeah. That I've seen that before.
That's perfect. That's a perfect description.
I've seen that before.
No lies told.
Right.
But yeah,
if I'm lying, I'm flying, and I'm 10 toes down to the ground.
Right.
You can't.
I ain't no jet.
Nobody has ever won forever, and as miraculous and amazing, as an incredible and as unbelievable this Tom Brady run has been. Like, dude, I'm 44 years old. Half of my fucking life has been Tom Brady dominating the NFL.
Right.
Half of my fucking life. I knew I should have just took my own life at 25 and not fucking went through the last 18 years of this shit.
I know I'd have been happy.
I know we would have never met. I've been doing cartwheels in the casket.
Hey, and you die, we're gonna bury you with a midget.
No, that is his wish, bro.
I know. I'm saying how you gonna do it?
Why do you think I lost 100 pounds? So
could fit him in there. Make room for the midget.
Small hands makes it look
micro, sir. Micro, sir. They prefer the word micro.
We have a midget ceremony, have a midget preacher, everything.
Can we have midget pallbearers and the casket just gets scraped along the ground and you hear that awkward fucking marble scraping? They take like the whole micro wrestling crew to move me.
Yo!
10 midgets on each side of the casket.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this might be the day we get canceled.
I'm sorry, little people.
This might be micro, sir. Micro.
All right, micro now? They keep changing, man. I can't keep up with it, man.
We need.
Hey, now they'll get their own little alphabet. MUGC. You know what I'm saying?
You know, when we start getting Pat McAfee money, the first thing I think we need to invest in is sensitivity training. I mean, we're going to have to invest in that in the HR department.
Oh, no. We're not going to get that money until we do that. That training's going to come first.
Man, I can't keep up with all this, man.
It's fun to watch this. It's fun. I'm loving it. Like, I'm looking forward. You know I'm not a Lamar guy. You know I got my criticisms on Lamar. I would not pay him that money. But man, I hope this dude runs for like 280 tonight. I tell you, I hope this dude goes off.
I'm gonna say this though. And I don't disagree with your take, Nick. But some of that too is Brady, and then stuff that you deal with at home will translate on the field. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that stuff he dealing with.
Work ain't right.
Right, and it's showing me he threw some balls in the dirt. He threw some, it was just like some uncharacteristic Tom Brady play. You know what I'm saying? Some of it can be age catching up to him too. Some of it, but some of it could be the stress for what he's doing at the crib. And Ant said, he looks skinnier and skinnier. Man, stress will make you lose weight. For real. And so some of that could be all that. And it's just one big snowball and one big thing coming together. And
maybe that's why he's losing all the weight. Too much snowballs.
Bada bing.
Anything to ruin this guy's legacy. He was like LT. He was coked up for 22 years. I knew it.
I see DJ catching 60 catches. Oh, I forgot about that too. Yeah, but
why? Where'd he go?
He went to
Deshaun Jackson's back.
Yeah, he's back. He went. Somebody picked him up. I was just watching the other day.
I can't.
I did not know that. That's how you know that Nick has been working too much. I don't know every.
Yeah, somebody just picked him up.
When your text alerts, the second Bleacher Report sends it, I send it out. When that stopped, it's like, oh, this motherfucker's actually busy now.
But yeah, Ravens. He went to the Ravens. Yeah, thanks, Ant. He went to Baltimore. That's a good pickup for Baltimore too. He still got the speed.
Oh yeah,
that's a good pickup for Baltimore. I'm curious to see how.
You need to tell him just right now. Look, I know you don't know shit about the playbook, but just
run.
Just make a move and run a go route.
Right, just run a go route. We'll figure out how to get it there. If I can get the Andrews, I can get you.
Do a sluggo. Do what you did your whole career.
Right.
Oh, all day. like that's all I need you to do.
He's not a Hall of Famer, right? Let's have that discussion. Deshaun's not a Hall of Famer, right?
I think he makes.
I don't think the numbers, because if he played in the 80s, maybe.
But that's my thing. Is like we can't always go based off the stats. Because if we've been
with
just like the first half of the NFL Hall of Fame that wouldn't even be in there right now if we were based off of stats.
Do you think Hester a Hall of Famer?
Oh, for me, hell yeah. He changed special teams. He changed special teams. He changed the way the NFL not only regulated special teams, but how teams play special teams, as in making sure that it was a part of the game that you had to focus on. If you did not do your homework on the Chicago Bears and Dave Toub and Devin Hester, he would put up points on the board and points that you did not get, and therefore you lost. And you lose too many of them, you lose your job.
What do you think, Nate?
You got to unmute yourself. I mean, I know we don't want to hear from you,
but well, I was dropping words I can't say on the air. Like, studious. I was actually pulling up the numbers, and I was going to let you guys.
What D-Jack or?
Well, I'll ask. What do you think about Hester? You think Hester a Hall of Famer?
Yes, but you don't look at Hester as a receiver. Deshaun was primarily a receiver who contributed to special teams.
Yes.
Right? Like, I think we can all agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Hester was a special team guy who occasionally got a package or two put in for offensive play, for offensive calls, a reverse, a go route, something out of the backfield occasionally. I actually want to pull it up now. All right, let's see. We got stats. 632 catches, 11,000 yards, 58 touchdowns. No. I don't think that does it, man. I really don't. He's going to be like a Joe Klecko type. 25 years from now, when I'm long gone, and he gets that veterans committee type of thing. You know what I mean? But he's not going in on being a receiver. Like, impact to the game, looking back over the course of time, maybe he'll get it. I do not see that. I
think they'll put him in, but not first ballot.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think they'll put him
with all these other receivers we got coming up
because
behind
I think they won't put. I think they'll put him more of how he affected the game. I think he should be.
Because Andre Johnson, to me, is that line in 2004 where the passing game erupted.
Right.
And he was the first part of that explosion of guys getting 100 catches on the norm. Right. And 15 guys a year were doing it. Where do you draw the line now? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not shitting on Andre Johnson. I love him in the league, so I don't want to come down. I'm shitting on him. But I've always said that 2004 is that line in the sand where passing explosion, offensive rules went into play. Now all of a sudden, guys were getting 1,400 yards, 100 catches, 12 touchdowns, and they didn't even make the goddamn Pro Bowl.
Right.
So you got to look at all pros. You got to look at Pro Bowls. Those are things that are going to differentiate the receivers, because if you're an all-pro, 3-4 wide receivers, you're still the top 4 in the game at the time. You can have 112 catches, 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns.
Those some good discussions too.
Oh no! First of all, Reggie Wayne's getting in. All right, Reggie Wayne's getting in.
Wayne is getting in. I mean, all those guys won Super Bowls.
Well, I think Isaac Bruce just got in though, or he's up.
One of them got in.
I thought it was Torrey Holt. Is it?
No, Isaac Bruce is in. I think he recently just got in.
One of those three is in.
Torrey Holt gets in because of the nostalgia of being the greatest show on turf. He's part of that. He did put up numbers. So I think Torrey Holt gets in because, I mean, you look at how the Hall of Fame has put people in. Like the steel curtain, all of them are in. You got people like the Purple People Eaters, they're in. The Hall Mall's offensive line of Washington, they're in. I mean, you're talking about the 4 in a row Super Bowl losing Bills. They got people in. So it's sometimes, and this is why
those were elite teams,
right?
Yeah, those Andre Reed, Thurman Thomas, Steve Tasker,
what I'm saying,
and Bruce Smith. And those were elite players in the league for a very large window.
They are, but it's also look at. There's people that make the argument that Carson only got in because he was playing second fiddle to LT. So it's
that who got in?
That Carson got in because he was paying
Carson was
LT.
Carson who?
What's his first name?
Cornelius got it?
No, Carson.
Carson for the Giants.
I can't think of
Harry Carson.
Yes,
he didn't play second fiddle. He was a middle linebacker. Banks played second fiddle on the other side.
Bro,
Harry Carson and Gary Reasons were the middle linebackers for that Giant team.
Yeah, but a lot of that talk that they got in because they had the benefit of playing with LT. So there's
when you had the benefit of playing behind Jim Burt, Leonard Marshall, and guys on the defensive line.
But that's my main point. There's teams that are put in the Hall of Fame by pieces. Obviously, your studs getting in first. You know, your good contributors come in. You know, they gotta wait a minute, and then your unsung heroes. They better hope they get put in.
Let me ask you
before they die.
Why? I know the answer, but let me ask you, why is that?
That's the NFL, and they love their players that make them the money.
No, here's why. Because the teams that win and the teams that go deep, the national media who votes on this now gets exposed to you, and then they will vote for you. When you're doing that in San Diego and you never make the playoffs, the national media never sees you. The Hall of Fame voters are national media. So when you're on a team that goes deep, wins, gets that national exposure, you're more likely to be a national name. And I think that's why.
Well, that's the problem.
I think Akron Bowles on the borderline, man.
It's not voted
on. The problem is, I'm going to open up a whole can of worms, and I'm going to open up a rabbit hole we don't want to go down because it's a 2-hour show on its own. I am a firm believer in every sport that the media should not vote on Hall of Famers. The living members of the Hall of Fame.
That's not a crazy take. That's not a crazy take.
I'll say this. It should be a mixture because I think each one balance each other out.
Yeah, one from each team, one media member from each team,
right?
One executive from each team, meaning GM, team president, or team owner, and then the existing members of the Hall of Fame. And it should be a 3-tier vote based on percentage. You shouldn't give all the weight to one category.
Yeah. I agree with that because I think if you have all of anything, you're not gonna get a good mixture. Because if you got all media, the media gonna see it one way. If you got all players are gonna see it from one way. You know what I'm saying? So I like what you said. I like having that mixture of different people.
Yeah, because you can't have somebody, give me a name, Albert Bell, baseball, right? Off topic, but still.
Right.
The media hated Albert Bell.
Mm-hmm.
Albert Bell was a fucking baller.
Right.
Albert Bell was a badass. Albert Bell got hit by pitches and was like, "No, I'm good, man. That didn't touch me. I want to continue my bat." Would hit a home run. I want to go through these real quick. Zach Thomas, it's held against him because they never won big playoff games. And I think he was a tackles guy. Jason Taylor got in because he was sacks, and that gets more fame than a middle linebacker. Harry Carson gets in compared to Zach Thomas because they won the Super Bowls with Harry Carson in the middle.
Yeah.
Can I just give a quick Harry Carson story?
Yeah,
1986, the old Meadowlands Stadium. They opened up the Stadium Club, and my father and my uncle went to a bar in Island called the Pioneer. And the guy who bartended there, his wife was the secretary for the CEO of a major company who had a suite at the stadium. Whenever there was bad weather, we'd go up to the suite. They'd let us in. They had a black tie opening event. Joe Namath was the Jets representative, and Harry Carson was the Giants representative in 1986. So Harry Carson in his prime. Dig up the photos from the day. Here I am. It was adults only, but we didn't know that. We show up. We're at the door. I'm 6-7 months past my communion, and I went through a growth spurt. Yo, I looked like in my communion outfit, my suit, in high waters. It was up mid-shin. We gotta go now. We get up there. All of a sudden, this giant bear paw gets put on my shoulder to the point where it like knocked me down. And he goes, "This guy's with me. He can come in." I turn around, I look up. It's Harry Carson. Pulls his Corvette up. Now, I'm inside. I'm the only kid in this place. So Joe Namath and Harry Carson are hanging out with me, like forgetting all these people, these rich corporate people they have to schmooze with. Joe Namath is sitting with me, and he says to the waitresses, "This is my buddy Nicky. Anytime you have fresh pigs in the blanket coming out, you bring him to here for my friend." Harry Carson, drunk as a skunk, says to my dad, "Hey, let me take the kid out in the parking lot and do some donuts with him with the Corvette." My dad goes, "Sure, go ahead." I'm out on the parking lot at that Giant Stadium doing like 80-mile-an-hour donuts in a Corvette. And my dad and my uncle were like, "This is the fucking coolest thing ever." If that doesn't summarize the 80s for everybody. I'm going to dig up the pictures and I'm going to post them and send them to you guys. But that day on its own is one of the coolest days of my life.
Yeah, I ain't as old as y'all, so the 80s is more y'all thing. I was born in 87, so yeah, that was more y'all shit. You old motherfuckers.
All right, relax. Why you gotta hate it?
Yeah. My man's bubble, you know. He's all excited. You don't see Nick smile often.
Don't be mad at us that the condom burst 8 years too late. I'm on pod. Shut the fuck out, bro.
Hey, you gotta burst that motherfucker's joy sometimes.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of Mel being on this show. Mel bursts our joy.
No, just to really, I know we're kind of reminiscing about some shit like that, but the Buccaneers, man, you hit it right on the head. Ever since that defense got exposed by Kansas City and got their cheeks clapped, they just ain't the same. Of course, they're dealing with injuries, but every team is, so I ain't trying to hear that. The injuries of the offensive line been telling. You hit it on the head just about every last point that you had, and I hear your points about the distractions off the field, but I'm also starting to see some behavior from Tom that you normally don't see. The 11 days.
But that could be part of the dang on distraction.
I know that may be part of it, but you don't. When's the last time you heard of Tom Brady just leaving training camp and missing 2.5 weeks? Or pretty much a week and a half.
You're trying to get that. You're trying to get things together.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. I get it. But when's the last time you heard of in the middle of the season Tom Brady misses a Saturday morning walkthrough because of the night before he was at Robert Kraft's wedding?
Right. Let me tell you something.
Oh, Rob Gronkowski, not Robert Kraft. At Gronk's.
At Gronk's, yeah.
Who's ever wedding it was?
Let me tell you something, man. You say you was born in 87, so
and I feel that it's like a hidden camera show that Gronk's like, I'm gonna get married on a Saturday. We're gonna see if we could get Brady to miss the meeting in Pittsburgh and come to the wedding. All right, here we go. We're about to send the invite now. It's going to be fucking wild. Like I can see it being like a hidden camera show that comes out. Like Keeping Up with the Gronkowskis is going to be on E come like fucking March, and that's going to be the opening show.
Right.
That's not typical Brady behavior of missing these things like that. So
that's a guy hanging on. That's a guy who is trying to set his personal records so far ahead from everyone else to catch. He don't care about the rings anymore. He don't care about the winning. He cares about being a compiler because he knows that he played 13, 14 years of his career in a handoff defense type of career. And he wants to be the greatest at everything. He's such a fucking narcissist piece of shit. Not Mikey Bones. That was directed at Tom Brady. But he is such a fucking narcissistic piece of shit. He wants to make sure he is always number one forever.
Which I wouldn't put that past him, but it's just at some point, I think it's a little bit of this isn't the team he probably envisioned coming back to with all the injuries and people missing. And also, I do believe the age is part of that, and probably the personal shit is it's a melting pot of a lot of distractions that are happening. But when I see him missing walkthroughs and not being the guy that you always thought was the team guy,
right?
You know, that's when I'm like, oh, whoa, okay. Yeah, that's typical. I mean, y'all see it all the time. When you see behavior that's not typical, it raises alarms. It raises eyebrows. Like, oh, and it might be the smallest of things, but if it's not typically you, you're like, oh, what the hell going on? You just kind of think of shit like that, you know. And so I
you turned around like the fucking ghost of Christmas past next to you, man. You I was like, oh shit, thoughts and prayers, bro. We had a good run. Mel, it's us now. No more fuck Mel, no more fuck Nick. It's fuck Mark. We got the show. You looked really like you got spooked out of your fucking mind, man. You were like,
no, that's what you do. It's like
like Bobo walked in the fucking room next to you, man. You looked up to the ceiling.
No, that's what you do when you like, oh, what the hell going on? When you see behavior that typically ain't a person, you like, oh, what the hell fuck is going on with you? And I get there's a lot going on.
Narcissism, ego, drive to be the greatest and keep your name there at any and all costs is what Tom Brady is going through right now. He should have went out after the Super Bowl with the Bucks.
I said the same.
And then it came back the following year, and you would have went out like John Elway. You would have went out like Peyton. Did Bettis go out like that too? Not that Bettis is great, but Bettis won that Super Bowl, and he bowed out in 06, right? I think that was the year they won it. 09, I'm sorry. 09, they beat Green Bay. But yeah, I don't know. Or 04. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I heard you saying, Ant, but whether or not he calls it or not, it's still going to affect him. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Who calls it doesn't matter. It's still going to affect him regardless.
I think AD his wife, bro.
Hey, he might have. Hey, that pussy belongs to the streets now.
Hey, Nick, I swear you said that on a late night owl show.
What?
AD fucked his wife. No, I'm being dead serious.
Oh, I did.
I'm being dead serious. Nick was like, AD fucked Giselle. And
he brought him into I think you have to bring him into the crib.
You brought him into the crib.
You don't bring no wolf into the sheep.
You know that motherfucker AD is selling shirts of Giselle hugging him after they won the Super Bowl, and the proceeds are going to families with fatherless homes. Like, this motherfucker is going in deep.
Wow.
I swear to God, man. I swear to you, I saw that today on the internet. I love it, man. I love it. And I'll tell you right now, after
AB's on Forts Road, bro.
He pulled that fucking goddamn cannon out of the water in the pool in front of that woman. Yo, I hope that he hit Giselle with that and it makes her want to gain weight and not be Gumby anymore because she knows she's thick and she can get it.
Oh my God.
Look, I hate his guts.
Tell us how you really feel about TB12. Damn. Look.
That'd be the best thing in the world, man. Superstar white guy Tom Brady gets his wife stolen by demented black wide receiver Antonio Brown with huge cannon cock. Like, you're not telling me that would be the greatest fucking Hallmark Christmas movie of all time?
Sir, ease up on the Pornhub. Ease up on the Pornhub.
I'm telling you, what made that into a Hallmark movie? where like AB is laying on the ground and his dick's up, and the family decorates his dick.
Stop talking about this man's dick.
I was intimidated and impressed. Many times you can't tell.
Yeah, to ease this conversation into the last quarterback. The last quarterback that has been struggling. Dangerous. This is serious. We can make you delirious. Dangerous. Dangerous Russ is
one of the most underrated songs of all time, man.
Why is
I know,
I fucking love that, man.
Well, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. The Hallmark movie, same shit. You finally want to get your wife to watch a football movie with you? Be like, honey, come on, there's one on Hallmark right now. Let's watch this.
Hey, Mel, explain this whole debacle in Denver and what kind of situation they're in, man. What the hell is going on in Mile High City, man?
Man, it's coaching, it's Russ. You know, I really think it's those two, really, because they got weapons on offense. They got a good defense. Mm-hmm. So if you look at those two things, then you gotta look at, okay, what else is going? What could it be? It's got to be coaching, play calling, and Russ. Those two things. Now to make you look at his departure from Seattle a whole different light now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was talking about, oh, they won't let me cook, they won't let me do this, they won't let me do that. You know, and that's the reason why we losing. Now you go over to Denver. Cook. You know what I'm saying? Now you go over here to Denver. And you losing, you still losing. And then the team you left is winning with a 50-year-old quarterback. It's Russ. But I think part of it is the coach too, though. I don't think it's all Russ. They should have gave him on discount, and then they should pay him on commissions.
Now to put a caveat in, I have heard an interesting theory. So the theory is Aaron Rodgers got Nathaniel Hackett the job because he was coordinator in Green Bay, and so they were under the impression that they were going to get Aaron Rodgers, and so therefore they're kind of we're not getting Aaron Rodgers, so I guess we're stuck with what the hell we can get, and
I guess we get this nigga,
and that was him,
right? And Russ was horrible, man. And then like I don't even pay that much attention to Seattle, but it seems like now I'm hearing more and more things about Russ's character. I'm looking like
narcissist, right?
Russ is an asshole. You know what I'm saying? For real. I mean, because he come out when we do press conferences. He come out over social media as this nice and I'm a nice guy. I'm this real cool person. And then now they starting to pull back the curtains more. Like he's an asshole.
Oh, I haven't been hearing nothing about that. Send me some links.
That's why they shipped him out. Yeah. They shipped him out because he was thinking he was bigger than the locker room, and his ego was too big, and that's why they had to build that stadium with the fucking opening up top so his head could fucking get out of the goddamn thing. Yo, I'll say this right now. I tweeted this yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a grown ass man on a team flight going from Denver, Colorado to the UK, and it's an 8.5-hour flight, and I'm trying to get some shut-eye, and this overrated, overpaid piece of shit narcissistic QB is doing high knees down the fucking aisle of a plane and wakes me up, I'm grabbing him and I'm fucking tossing him out. Tossing him out. We're not winning with him. We don't need him. Let his giant ego float him down to the ground like a parachute. We don't need him. And Denver, this is the number one reason why you do not extend a player until you see how he fits in your locker room, in your building, with your culture, and on the goddamn field. I am so happy that John Elway is turning into the biggest piece of shit in the history of Denver for everything he tries to do at the quarterback position. And they're like, oh, they hate you. We're not going to be GM anymore. You're going to be team president, and we're just going to let you make the same moves from that office. We're going to give the guy $250 million before we even see what he does here based off the last 2.5 years of failures he's had in Seattle? What?
But see, Nick, and I don't disagree with you, but he always had the excuse, oh, I don't have my defense. I don't have this. I don't have that. You know, so
you got one of the best defenses in the league now.
What I'm saying, that's what we had. That's what we had when he was in Denver. Yeah, go ahead.
Yankees are out. No, Matt, we're good. Baseball ended at game 4 for me, brother.
So he had that excuse thrown out there, so people said, "Oh, we take a chance because maybe he's right. Maybe it was the defense. Maybe it was the offensive line."
Give $250 million to somebody before you see.
Oh, I don't disagree with you.
Culture.
I never heard nothing like wait, but hold on, Nick. But you didn't even hit the tip of it though. But you didn't even hit the tip of it. Look how
Giselle got the tip though. That's why.
What I'm saying, like, look at how much Denver gave up to get him in that trade.
Yeah,
from Seattle, he gave up a boatload.
Right. You know what?
Get him.
Seattle made out like the Jets did in the Jamal Adams trade.
Oh, they definitely won this trade.
100%.
Oh yeah.
And
that Denver pick right now is number 5. and Denver pick is number 5.
So you get the picks. You got back Noah Fant, a good tight end. I mean, hasn't done much. Excuse me. With the Seahawks offense right now. You know, I'm not mentioning Drew Lock, but you know, you get Chris. I think it was Cliff Harris. I can't remember for sure. Defensive lineman that you got back, who's solid. And it's like, yo, you really made out because you got rid of the problem that you thought was just your problem in Seattle. You go ahead and I mean, who knew what Geno was going to do? Like, who knew?
Yeah, who knew?
You got the benefit of that. Your defense has it. Well, honestly, you played better without Jamal Adams. You need to find a way to recoup that money. And you got fleece right there.
Kudos to Seattle.
But no,
Seattle. Because I went in heavy on Seattle in our offseason discussions. And what did I say? Tear it down. Trade Metcalf, trade Lockett. And they went in and they've done something they've never done before in recent memory with this GM and this coach. They took an offensive lineman, Charles Cross, at number 9 overall. And they substituted Geno in. And they drafted a stud. I know, Mel, take the headphones off, Mel. From Michigan State, Kenneth. And now that this dude is healthy, this dude is going to win. If you guys want a money line with Shine, bet on Kenneth Walker right now to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year. And now that Breece Hall is out, and I guarantee you win money. I'm going to give free money out today on the show.
Kenneth Walker, nice though. I give him
Matt. He ain't going nowhere. They're 4-3. They're 4-3. They're going to have 2 number 1 picks the next 3 years.
And he's already been paid, but the only fortunate thing, he's going to be out for a couple of weeks for the high ankle sprain. So we'll see how that.
Who, Walker?
No, DK.
Oh, okay. DK ain't going nowhere.
No, he just got the bag. But I'm saying he's going to be out for at least a couple of weeks. So we'll see how that offense looks, how Geno looks without DK. But I'm not.
Out to Matt? Can I throw out a Giants question out to Matt while you're going for your point, Lamar? Give you a chance to type. Matt, if you get a number 1 offer right now, say from Buffalo, for Saquon Barkley, you take it?
Ooh. Yes.
Now let me preface my thought process with this. You got a running back coming off of 2 ACL injuries who is going to command, after the season he's having, anywhere from 13 to 17 million a year. And you're not with a GM and a head coach who has ever been a part of giving a running back big money. They'll redraft another guy. If you get a number 1 pick from the Bills, say a 1 and a 4 for Saquon Barkley from the Bills, who are probably going to have the bottom 4 of the first round. You take that? Do you take that, Matt?
Yeah, I say a 1 and a 3.
I'll take it.
You take a 1 and a 4 for a guy on his last year of his deal?
I'll take a 1 and a 3.
1 and a 3 though is wild.
Well, that's
for
what
I'm saying. With no years left, like he's in the last year. You'd have to franchise him or extend him.
Okay.
Discussion point. Let's say 1 and a 4.
Okay.
A 1 this year, a 4 the following year. I think that's a no-brainer for the Giants. I think it's a no-brainer.
I believe the way Dable got this team playing, they can draft a running back and keep on rolling.
Exactly. Because now you're adding 2 first-round picks.
And another
wide receiver, another running back. You can take those 2 ones and move up for a quarterback if you don't believe as a franchise that Daniel Jones is your quarterback of the future. You got more ammunition in the bank to move up for a quarterback that you might feel is more suited for the future. It's an interesting debate. My buddy Steve and Stevie, who are both Giants fans, they're brother-in-laws. One lives in California, one lives here, but we have a never-ending text. I think if it's just a 1, Matt, I think you do it. Because now you're going to have to extend him. Or you're going to lose him for a 3. You're going to lose him for a compensation pick of a 3.
Right.
I'm not saying this to be a dickhead, Matt, but let's be real. Giants are not winning the Super Bowl this year. They might not win the division. It's a fun story. It's a great story. It's a great future lined up. If you can add to that future by trading away a piece that you're not going to extend and make it part of your long-term plans, I think you have to do it. And that's coming from the 2 Giants fans that convinced me.
Just to throw a caveat in, Evan Neal went down, so we don't know how long that injury is.
I think it's a strain. It's a meniscus strain. It's the same injury that Zach Wilson had, and he missed like 4 or 5 weeks.
So I don't know how long that's going to be out, but just think of the production that Saquon has been doing. Evan Neal's a big part of that. So there's 3 to 4 weeks of down week. Obviously, the trade deadline is November 1st. I think you entertain it for sure because, just like you said, I'm sorry, I can't pay running backs unless your name is Jonathan Taylor or Derrick Henry. I can't really pay you. And
you cannot give a running back $18 million a year coming off of 2 ACL injuries.
No, not. I can't. And he's under 30. And he's under 30.
I love Breece Hall. I'll say this:
he's under 30. You can't give him that type of money.
I'm not.
You can't give him that type of money
after 4 years. He's got the injury. He'll come back next year, play 3 years. I'm gonna let the running back go. I'm gonna draft another guy because I'm gonna put my investments into the line that makes my passing game and my running game better. And if you have holes to run through, you can always find guys to get through those holes.
Running back is the most easily plugged in position in all of football.
Yeah.
And it's been done millions. Do we not forget that damn Mike Shanahan was literally getting dudes out of nowhere and turn them into 1,000-yard rushers? Terrell Davis.
Mike Davis came in with 1,800 yards.
Mike Anderson.
Mike Anderson, yes.
Olandis Gary. I mean, you got guys
in Portis off of ACL injuries in college. Traded them for Champ Bailey. It's like, all right, you're gonna believe the running back is the reason? Okay, here, give us Champ Bailey for this running back.
I mean, go. You can go back and literally be like, hey, yeah, I like that too. Now that you got the picks, the Giants can go get Kareem Hunt. And probably not pay him as much as you would that Saquon is going to be asking for. I mean, you can go on and on with the running back position. That's why I think the Cowboys are forever in a crapshoot as long as they have Zeke on their roster, and you got to keep paying them that money. Like hurry up and get them guaranteed dollars off the books and get rid of him. I think that's probably more in his future, but. You can't pay the running back. But here's for conversation's sakes. I know you've been big on this guy, Nick. I think he has the talent. I think he has the tools, but I'm starting to see some flashes of like, I don't know if he's ready. Because Justin Herbert is talked about in that echelon.
He has been without Keenan Allen most of these games of this year.
I hear you. I hear you.
That's your security blanket.
I hear you. He's been put in that atmosphere with the Josh
and they
Allen,
lost to Sean Slater,
Mahomes, and the Joe Burrows. I hear you. So no, like I'm just having an open-ended conversation because I keep hearing about Justin.
I'm very quick to defend him though, because when you lose your stud, all-pro type left tackle, and you lose a reliable receiver, your bread and butter, Keenan Allen, your third down, we need to get 7 yards. I'm going to throw it 7.5 to Keenan because he's going to get open. They're going through a little bit of adversity. Eckler started off the season slow, but now Eckler is putting up all-pro type of numbers the last couple of weeks. 178 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think almost back-to-back weeks. And Mike Williams, Matt just said Mike Williams now too got a little injury to him. They're getting hit with the injury bug over there. And if that team is fully loaded, I think that team is set to go. But you're losing key pieces. You're not losing 4th or 5th wide receivers with them. You're losing some big.
Hey, and then I hear it. And but at the end of the day, I'm looking at just overall. We know that he has the ability to possibly be that guy, but 39 games and he's under 500. I'm looking for, not just.
Did I tell you my stat? I know I did this on the Jet Show. Did I tell you my amazing quarterback stat?
Which one?
At no point in his career has Justin Herbert had a winning record. At no point in his career has Tua had a losing record.
I heard that stat.
I tell you? Okay. That fucking made my head explode. Made my head explode. That's one of those anomalies, right? That's one of those things of you look at the talent, you look at the player. We know what Burrow is, but those were the other 2 guys drafted in the top 6 or 7 that year. It's amazing.
Yeah, they were 2 was 5 and Herbert was 6. Obviously, what was his guy? Brian Flores he wanted Herbert. So I just think it's always interesting for conversation, just because I know Herbert's been talked about in that atmosphere, and I'm just like, I'm looking at your record, and I'm like, bro, like you can't be over 500. You can't, like, bro, you had the game and the season on the line to get into the playoffs with the Raiders last year. You didn't win it. Say what you want, you didn't win it. And I'm just like, in order to have this conversation about being in the upper echelon, is like, first of all, we got to make a playoff trip. To me, that's the getting into the club. You know what I'm saying?
Jackson's now out for the year.
Yes, you paid big money for him.
Yeah. And he was getting, that might be better for them because he was getting fucking torched.
Yeah, he was getting lit.
I know we're going to move on. I got to add one thing. I know Mel and Anthony have been having a little battle. I got to give some kudos to Anthony and the Washington Commodore Skins, or whatever the fuck the name is. My boy, who's got my name. Hi, Nikki. My man comes in, and what happens?
Get a dub.
They run the table the rest of the way.
Wait. What table? What table they?
Yeah, what table you talking about?
No, the kids' table. Thanksgiving. There's like
okay, I was about to say.
There's like Weeble Wobbles, characters.
Table of content.
Yeah, but you guys know, and Anthony knows, for as much as you've heard me talk, I am a huge Tyler Heineke fan. Yeah. And I believe the job is his the rest of the season. He will not give it up. Wentz will never get it back. And Tyler Heineke is the guy going forward.
Wentz don't need an NFL job, period. Period.
Listen, I'll say it because I'm the one that looks most like Cartman from South Park. I'd never trust a ginger. I would not trust Carson Wentz.
We're taking up, Paulo Mel section here now. I don't
know. Lions don't even have a table. He said Lions don't even have.
You go to hell. You go to hell, you die. Lions don't even have a table. No, they got a milk crate outside the abandoned Ford dealership.
Yeah, it's look, to me, the fact that Wentz comes off a win and he actually sticks it out, guts it out, but now he's out for at least a month.
This season.
It's It's
going to be like some House of Cards shit where they push him in front of a train in the middle of the night.
See, but here's the thing. You give up picks to go get him, and I don't know if you just, because I think the politics get involved and we're like, no, look what we gave up. We got to put in Wentz when he gets healthy again. Like I would hate for that to happen, especially if Heineke, goes out and saves the season. Like with Wentz, like Washington was about to be the next Basuda juice. They was about to be ready to pick for top 5. All right. So I mean,
they're 3-4, and I know the rest of their division is just steam plowing people right now.
Yeah, you roll with the hot hand, man.
4 would be tied for first in the NFC South. 3 and 4 would be in second place in the NFC West. It would be in second place in the NFC North. But they're in a division with an easy schedule, and everybody's rolling, everyone that they're playing. So why can't all 4 teams in the NFC East with this easy schedule make the playoffs?
I know it's cute. I know it sounds good, Nick, but there's no way you're standing on that ground, on that hill right there, right now.
I think why not?
No, hold on. Are you firmly planted on that hill right now?
Am I going to make that prediction? No, but I'm going to ask the question: why can't they? I said on my buddy's show after the Jets beat the Steelers, why can't the Jets run October? We beat Miami, we beat Green Bay, we beat Denver, and now we have 1 game left against the Patriots at home, and I have pristine seats for free on the 40-yard line.
Oh, you're going. I'm going Patriots.
On the 20.
Patriots. You're fucking bad luck.
God, I will go out there and make a fucking tackle if I have to. I'm
so going Patriots now.
I don't know, man. They started Mac Jones, and he didn't look good last game, bro.
Oh, well, let's talk about that because I think.
Are we going overtime? Because I'll go overtime. I'll give a shit.
No, because I'm saying
we gotta get to the baseball World Series.
As much as we have talked about uncharacteristic behaviors with Tom Brady, this is some uncharacteristic with Belichick. He won't make it a full and final decision.
Dude, I texted that today. This is the first time you're seeing Bill Belichick being indecisive as the head coach.
It's crazy.
I'm taking you out. I'm bringing
you
back.
But it's the first time he had to.
But
I don't think he had to. He gave him 3 drives.
They're saying that there's video from the other day that Mac Jones's interception hit one of the cable wires of the camera over the field, and that's what made it go off course and get picked off. Remember, Nick, we don't have bail money. I'm
just saying, like you gave your man 3 drives and he threw an interception.
But he looked horrible in those 3 drives. Like he looked like okay, mediocre.
The Patriots team is horrible.
Yeah, but Bailey Zappi looked better.
Okay, but he came down to earth real quickly. I know he brought him back in the game, but it's a 60-minute game. He couldn't sustain it.
He didn't start off the game either. I think it's a big difference starting off and coming in. I mean, I think he's a better quarterback than Mac Jones. Now, I don't think he's a starting quarterback either.
Go ahead. You two start this. I'll finish it.
Okay. I think he needs some help. I think he needs some work. But I think with the right people working with him, he'd be a better quarterback than Mac Jones.
If you could put Bailey Zappi's skills into Mac Jones' body, this is not even a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bailey Zappi, I think he has a better intuition and throwing ability, but he's limited with his size. If he was Mac Jones' size, this would not be an issue. He would be the starter. It would be his job because he, for some reason, bro, anytime you get the crowd screaming your name, and I think this is another thing. I've never heard of Bill Belichick caving into the crowd pressure like that. He caved into that crowd saying, Zappy, Zappy, Zappy. I've never seen Belichick be like, hey, I got to roll with Zappy, bro. I never.
He probably wanted to roll with him in the first place.
Well, I was actually confused at why he started Mac Jones. My thing is, he played well against the Packers.
Let's slow down on the word run.
He played well against the Packers.
Yeah.
He played well in the 2 consecutive wins as we were coming into this game. He was the hotter hand. I don't know why you didn't start with him. You should have started with him until you saw Zappy wasn't getting the job done. Then you'd be like, all right, Mac, try to save it.
Right.
I don't understand why just because Mac Jones was cleared that he should have played. I mean he just hasn't been that guy even before he got hurt and missed time. Zappy had the offense going, which is a very limited offense. Let's be honest about this Patriots offense. It's limited as hell. They don't have a lot of stars a lot of big playmakers. You know, correct. I mean, they're primarily a run and defense type of team.
Which it still goes back to I don't understand how to Bill Belichick drafted the way he drafted.
Man, I don't know, bro.
Cause go ahead, Ant.
Yeah, go ahead, Ant, with your question. We'll mix it in. I don't know.
All questions in fucking October. God, I feel like I threw up on my own dick. The fuck is that all?
Oh wow.
I took 2 edibles before the show.
I see. Yeah. Were they shaped like dicks? Because you get a lot of dick comments in here, buddy.
No. Sativa, strawberry, soft lozenges.
Sir? Sir.
I just thought about what was the worst thing you could do to yourself, and was asking a basketball program. And I was like, oh, barfing on your bag a second.
Sir.
Cover those fucking
you are telling
glaucoma eyes up, bro.
You are telling too much of yourself. All right, sir. There's some look, you are boy, but there's some things you keep to yourself. And
I'm here for comedy, bro. I'm the comedy relief for the show. Not everything I say is supposed to be broken down psychologically. Sometimes we're just supposed to laugh and keep it fucking moving.
Nah, the way I know you, Nick, I think you've actually done that before, though.
With this belly, you think I'm getting to that? You think I'm hung like AB? What are you, out of your fucking mind?
Are we in an era where anything?
Hold on, bro.
It's a good question.
Let me get my paper towel extender.
We're seeing too many fouls being called. Are we in the air?
I don't know. I haven't watched an NBA game yet, so I can't answer this. I do know that the North Carolina Tar Heels are ranked number 1 in the country, and their coach Hubert Davis. I'm sorry.
Hubert Davis. He just got an extension, so
6-year deal, man. Nice.
Yeah. No, he gives him a chance to build his program. Why not?
They're set, man. They got some good kids.
I don't know. It's early. And I think you have to wait and see how it kind of smooths out. You know, the rest can have like, what's the wrong word to use? You know, you first start out, you kind of just calling stuff. You trying to get the feel of the game, the flow of the game. I think it may even out as the season go on.
It should. I mean, but let's be honest. It's just like NFL. There's certain things that the NBA and the NFL, the officiating.
Man, they're trying NFL officiating been horrible, bro.
But I'm saying they're trying to focus on certain things. Mm-hmm. You know, like this year they'll be like, hey, like this year they're probably going to be like, hey, focus more on the hand checking and the traveling violations.
Right.
You know, so you'll see those calls probably get wrapped up, and they'll probably, and then once the players get adjusted to the officiating, it'll even out because the players adjust. But the only issue is between the NFL and the NBA, it was so hard to adjust in the NFL because it's been so inconsistent with the damn shit.
Yeah, very inconsistent.
Just 2 weeks they were throwing everything if you touch the quarterback, and then lately they've been letting them get hit. So I'm like, as a defensive lineman, you're like, what the hell do I even do?
Well, I do. since he brought up the NBA, I want to say
I'm just gonna be a defensive lineman, just beat the hell out of everybody. And hell, I just
come in just swinging on people.
Yeah, just
Aaron Donald niggas.
Real quick before we
go ahead,
Matt. As much as he got made fun of for that draft pick, he's actually been average.
Cole Strange.
He hasn't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cole Strange from Tennessee,
Chattanooga State. No, he's from Tennessee, Chattanooga. You had it right the first time.
Okay. Fuck no. I think he's doing better than expected, but he's not playing where you expect a first round lineman. I got to admit, the kid from Tulsa, Smith, that the Cowboys took, has been playing well. Yeah. Cowboys fans, our buddy Dave from Chop, hated that pick when it happened. But he's not playing to the level of a first round draft choice would make immediate impact. Put it this way, the Jets took Max Mitchell in the 4th or 5th round, and he was playing better than Strange was. But Strange isn't an eyesore for the team. Mm-hmm. But his motherfucker going to have to line up with Quinnen Williams, who, I'm not blowing smoke up anyone's ass, is the number 1 defensive tackle pass rusher this year. Yes, we all know Aaron Donald does that. But Quinnen Williams is tied for the league in quarterback pressures as a defensive tackle. This dude is playing all world. And guess what? Contract year. This dude about to get fucking paid. He bet on himself, and he's about to cash in on it, man. I love when I see people do that. Good for him.
You watched the Lakers game? The last one, bro?
No. I refuse to watch Schmidt Basuda garbage on TV, and especially that's coming from my team. I refuse to watch it.
You would rather watch reruns of Bewitched on TV than watch the fucking.
Hey, I like Bewitched.
Or what was it with Brandon Doherty and Alyssa Milano?
I don't know.
Charmed.
Charmed. See, that's what it was. Charmed.
Okay, you bring up another New York team.
Right.
So I was watching them play, man.
Anthony, just so you know, nothing good happens in Washington. Sports, politically, pipe the fuck down.
Here's why I think we was talking about before. I think on Monday's show, I think it's a coaching problem. Anthony Davis had Joker playing him, and he was taking Joker to the basket. And instead of keep going back to that, Darvin Ham kept having Anthony Davis line up on the outside and shooting outside shots. I just don't understand it. I mean, why, if you have a mismatch, why are you not taking advantage of that mismatch? That doesn't make sense to me. What can I say? And I live in the sports and media capital of the world.
Oh, I thought Dan was talking to me. He was talking to that comment.
He's talking to both of y'all.
Well, this is where we live. The fuck? We talk about what we know. We don't talk about sexual assaulting owners. We don't know about that shit.
I don't know. Dr. Metz, though.
Not sexual assault. That was just bad financial investment.
No, I'm talking about the Mets office. They had a lot of sexual harassment going on.
Yeah. I follow professional baseball. I don't follow the Mets. All right, Anthony. Here we go. Let's throw a little fucking crazy trivia into here. I watch reruns of Three's Company, and I'll give you 20 seconds to type this answer. What was the name of Jack Tripper's best friend, full name, and what was the name of the bar that they worked at?
I don't know his full name, but I know they had the bar and his name.
Yeah,
this is a great trivia question.
This some old people shit, man.
Oh my God, what we're gonna talk about? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, fucking Raphael with you in the early '90s. Pipe down. I watch reruns of Three's Company.
Teletubbies, I don't know.
All right, I'll give you the first name. First name was Larry.
Larry, yeah.
What was the name of the bar? Do you know the name of the bar, Mel?
What's it? God, that was on top of my tongue. You just said, now I forgot. Not Trippers.
It rhymes. I'll give you this. It rhymes. One was a car. One was a dog.
Car and a dog. Now you threw me off with that one. Oh, you gotta tell me. What is it?
Regal Beagle.
Regal Beagle. Yep. Dang.
Regal was a Buick.
Yeah.
Beagle was a dog. Yeah, and Larry's name was Larry Dallas.
Really? I didn't know that. I knew his first name. I know
that was like a trivia question at a house party, like a 1999 Halloween party. I hooked up with a girl over knowing that shit.
Oh, that's your last time you got laid, huh?
All right, real quick. Let's do the World Series preview right quick.
14 and 11, bro. The math don't add up. And you've met Junior. Junior's too much like me. You know that's mine. Don't even try to plant that seed, you evil son of a bitch. That's too far, bro. That's too far, man. Oh, man. I'm going to curl up in the corner and cry now. Fucking up my high now with that. I'm going to have to call my ex-wife and be like, what you do? What you do?
Oh, shit.
All right. Astros Philly.
Hey, that is true, man. The Rats do be the size of linebackers, bro.
Astros in 5.
Damn. No love for the Phils?
I mean, if the Yankees lost in 4, then the Yankees are better than the Phillies. Yeah. I mean, I think baseball wants it to go to 5. And then they'll want fucking Verlander on the mound for the final one. So Astros in 5.
Mm. I mean,
I just hope it's in Philly so I can watch Philly fans cry and not watch Houston fans celebrate.
I can't be mad at you because I mean I obviously all eye test Astros are a lot better. Phillies are definitely doing something that we thought. Hell, nobody saw this coming. Not even Philly fans saw this coming. So
yeah, they didn't see it coming.
Part of me wants the Phillies to win though, to stick it to the Mets fans because they were so arrogant the whole fucking year. Take that AB dick to the back of the throat.
Sir, it's been a lot of dicks coming out of your mouth today, sir.
It's better than them going in. So shut up and move on.
Yeah, but you got to understand, for the dick to come out, it had to go in. You do understand that, right?
So what do we want to talk about the rest of the show, Mel, now that I've removed him? Oh, I removed you too. My bad. Oh, hold on. Oh, look at him. He removed himself. Don't do anything.
Oh, goodness.
And I moved you up top like you need to be, a freaking whiner.
Verlander wins game 1.
Oh, yeah.
I don't win game 5. I don't get the freaking series MVP.
I can't get mad at a 5-game take Nick said.
Struck out like 8 Yankees in a row. Like it was like pitching against Pop Warner or Little League.
Astros just look so tough, man. They look tough, man. I mean, like they
go without that little cheating midget or micro baseball player. As long as he goes like 0 for 24 for the series, that's all right. I consider that a win.
Hey, but it's not like this Phillies didn't take on some good pitching with San Diego. You know, San Diego's at least 3 starters deep with Darvish, Musgrave, and Blake Snell. So I think the Phillies have seen at least comparable pitching and could possibly, you know, find a way to make it competitive. And man, I don't know. I'm okay. Astros at 6. I think they're gonna fight, man. They're gonna fight.
Yeah, they did beat Atlanta too.
You know,
Atlanta got great pitching.
I won't be shocked if it goes 7. But I'm going to
shocked if it goes 7. I'll be shocked if it goes 7.
Hey man, they're fighting fields, bro.
They offer me $100 million to name 2 Phillies, and I would be like Harper and that was it. I would lose it.
Come on, JT Realmuto, Reese Hoskins.
Don't know.
Come on, man. Gene Segura.
Like the only thing in Philly I can name is Gino and Pats.
Come on.
I'm not that deep into the National League. I'm not a National League guy.
I get it, but I'm just saying that the Phillies are scrappers. They are scrappy. Yeah. Kyle Schwarber. Like, come on. Like,
all right, Schwarber, I know, but I forgot he was there. I thought he was in Washington.
I mean,
Jim Thome. Sorry.
Really?
Mike Schmidt.
You're an idiot. Something's wrong with you.
No, but something about this Phillies team, though, man.
They scrappy, bro.
I got to say that. But here's the reason we don't want it to win. The 4 times that the Phillies have won the World Series, the nation has gone into a major recession after they've won.
Oh, shit.
We do not want Philly to win.
So one on the win.
We're already tinkering on the border with this fucking bag of shit in Washington. We do not want Philly to win. Nothing ever good happens to the world when Philly succeeds. Even had the fucking Liberty Bell, and they broke that shit, the goddamn idiot.
Sons of bitches.
It was a beautiful bell. Fuck. The greatest thing to ever come out of Philly is a made-up character named Rocky. The only good thing to ever come out of that town was made up.
He said, only thing Philly I know is cheesesteak.
and cream cheese.
And Meek Mill.
Meek Mill and Robert Kraft got couples massages together. Nobody will ever tell me differently. I'm fully convinced.
Bro, they're buying it. Bro, they're buying each other.
Dab up. If you meet Mill and you get out of jail, you do not dab up Robert Kraft unless you two have been laying in oiled up rooms next to one another and be like, yo, what's up, bro? Enjoy this, man. It's on me. I got these hoes for you, Meek. You just got out of jail.
Tonight, who we
Kevin
rolling
Hart
with?
sucks. Overrated comedian.
Who we rolling with? Baltimore, Tampa Bay. Who we rolling with tonight, fellas?
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Do a little Nick Shine money line?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you the bet I put in for tonight for the Nick Shine money line. Go ahead, talk while I'm pulling it. I gotta log in.
No. I was just asking quick because we're about to go off the air. I mean, motherfucker.
Matt got Ravens.
Yeah, I think it's easy. Baltimore all around. Tampa Bay just doesn't look good.
And to your Kevin Hart comment, I don't like his stand up. I think he's a great entertainer.
Yeah, he's a good entertainer. I think his stand up's getting stale. His stand up's getting stale.
It's the same thing. Don't he talk? And the pitches, it's too much, man. It's like the first time it's like, all right, I get what he's doing, but it doesn't change up at all.
Yeah, his stand-up's getting stale. So
it's a $5 bet to win $521. Baltimore plus 1.5. Mark Andrews anytime touchdown scorer. Tom Brady under 278 passing. Leonard Fournette over 48 rushing. Gus Edwards over 44 rushing. Leonard Fournette over 27.5 receiving.
Yeah,
$5.
I'm going to send you $5.
I'll screenshot send it to you.
Put that bet in for me. I'll send you $5. We can't do it down here.
Yeah, not in North Carolina yet.
Yeah.
In Jersey, yeah. Y'all can legally do it. Which I can't wait for the motherfuckers to do this shit. Like, I don't know why they hating on the sports.
I'll take that bet for $5.
Hell yeah. Hey, how many legs on that parlay?
6.
Okay. That's not bad.
I just sent it to both of you right now. I didn't put it in yet. It's still pending. So I'm glad we discussed this.
Good. I'm going to send you $5. Put mine in.
All right. You want in on it too, Lamar?
Anytime.
Nigga, go ahead. You ain't but $5.
Yeah, we'll find a way to. Oh, you got PayPal.
Wait, why is this not working?
Hey, either way, we'll figure it out off air as the money line when Nick Shine gets handled.
Matt said make it 25 for all of us.
Nick was in the house today. Man, I'm the wild card Mark. That's Detroit Mel, the man with the Grandmaster playing for the I.O.W. Sports.
Hey, just for those who's watching, who's outside of who's not in North Carolina, we're only joking. We're not bad.
Whatever I do in New Jersey's on me. Fuck that.
Please make your way over.
I can tip my boys out however I want.
Please make your way over to YouTube, I.O.W. Sports Network. Like, share, subscribe, hit those bell notifications. Check out all the content we got here. Check out Proud New York Jets fan page, the YouTube channel. Check out the No Name Podcast, the Wild Card Chief, all the content. And then, of course, catch us, I.O.W. Sports, on Facebook and Instagram, and I.O.W. Sports 1 on Twitter. Yes, Matt, we gonna kick it tonight. But hey, y'all go enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Enjoy Thursday night football. Catch me with MJ on I.O.W. Sports Late Night Out Edition tonight, 11 p.m. Hey, it's been real. Peace and love, y'all.
20 to win 2084.
Hitting the corner's too goddamn fast. You need to slow this motherfucker down.